Right, so what's just happened? I don't know, when I checked I wasn't recording, but what happened was BS Brent did /stop, and we lost the server during quite a lot of climactic fights, so good job BS Brent. Although in his defense, Lake did tell him to do it. I don't know why this lot are here specking, I'm not gonna lie. We have a spec, it's his eye. Peridot's okay, but like, people should just leave the server once they die, honestly. But Sire was about to be killed after by Brick, but then Vernon jumped him. But Vernon appears to have turned his attentions to our solo here. But, you know, what's an agency season without a little bit of drama? Although, I can't help but think this is throwing off my commentary a little bit, but I'm going to try and get back into the swing of things. I probably need a good fight and a good death to get back into it, but Sire's dying, and Vernon's bow is doing considerable damage, up 21% to the 7 that Sire just did to Vernon, so... And here we go, this is over momentarily for... Oh fucking hell, Vernon that was... probably not as comfortable as Vernon had hoped, and here is his teammate, luckily, not anyone else, but that could have been bad, I would have suggested. So, I'm going to TP to Twinkie now, because they're in a fight anyway, so, this is over such a long range, nothing's ever going to come from this fight, honestly, it's just going to be the very slow draining of each other's healing, I swear, but you know, we can work with it. So we've got Twinkie, who is the mole, and is still yet to do anything with his team. We have Mark as well, who is also still undercover in his team, but he did kill Darren in episode 2, so Mark has really done some moliness in his defense, but Twinkie has not yet, but I'm sure it will come, even if it's just the 4 of them left and he tries to trick them into thinking that they've won, and well, I suppose only time will tell how that fight will go down. But we've got the full orange team here together in unison, although I can't see anyone else around them, so I don't know how their fights have progressed. I'm gonna turn my music down again. I apologise. There we go. So this is the big meetup fight. iPod Warrior, you are a spectator. I did not make TP to you. I is Cheesecake. It is you who I wanted, sir. So this team, are they fighting anyone? Ah, we have a team on a hill, of course. What is life without a team camping a hill at meetup? At the very top of the hill, we have our mole Mark, who just got a very nice shot. 2 very nice shots, one on Choco and one on Pi. And his bow does quite a lot of damage, I have to admit. So, what's on Mark's bow? We might as well have a look while we're up here. That's only a power 3. I suppose maybe not a lot of prot going on down here amongst the purple team, but it is a 4v5 with one of the 4 being a mole, so I can see why yellow are pretty keen to keep the high ground for as long as Gus will let them, because obviously it's not very meetup-y behaviour if we're honest, is it? But we'll leave those guys to their own devices for now. Oh, Kel gets a shot on Kel and Sharp. Okay, who are these teams fighting? A bit of a forest thing. So this is purple team taking shots at Kel. Who's Kel's team? Ah, okay. So we have purple and blue, both moleless teams. The difference being blue know that they're a moleless team, whereas purple don't. So that mixes things up quite a lot. But we've got one team camping the forest and one team not camping the forest. So I think blue team will probably be much happier with their position, all in all. Although they do have the numerical advantage. The purple team. Oh, sorry. Now is not the time to be getting tired. There is serious shit to attend to. So there's just shots being exchanged both ways. It seems to be fairly 50-50, I'd say. Everyone's kind of up in the 80s and 90s. Oh wow, melee, melee, melee. Mark is done. That's a mole. Twinkie now has... See, Twinkie's left it too long. He's kept his cards close to his chest for the entirety of the game up until now, up until meetup. But now whenever he does betray his team, he's a solo anyway, and it's going to be... He's not going to be able to do anything now as a solo. It's unlikely. His best bet would have been teaming up with Mark earlier on, and I'd argue teaming up with even with Kai earlier on before he got killed. But cold going in here. A lot of shots being fired. Are this team who are running particularly low? I think they could be. Yeah. A lot of them. Shots on 45. Lake on 50. Was on 58, but now healing. Oh wow. Okay. Alright, this is meetup. This is what it's all about. We've got a three-way fight here on 3 different little triangles, but the purple team are very much repeating. Repeating? My words are not really with me today. Retreating back into the desert. Choco with accusations of teaming by the other 2 teams. How accurate they are, I'm not all too sure, but I think the other 2 teams are blue and orange. Whatever the other lot are up to, I don't know. But interesting to know whether Mark told. Oh, Netherward. Okay, I'm sorry I missed that. That's my bad. Bacon. Should I be going to Bacon? Okay, melee. He's got out in time. Cold is getting low. Gold gets a shot on Glyph. Bacon is dying. Bacon is very close to dead here on 26%. Cold looks like he's healed up, but he's still got shot down to another 72. You're retreating back into the forest. It's really hard to keep on top of things at meetup. Oh my god. Oh, but there's another team here. Pie taking damage. Wow, there's just a lot. There's just a lot going on. And without, I wish I had the fucking name tags. Honestly, this is really challenging. Wow. Right, Twinkie gets a shot on Noah. So that is orange and purple still fighting here. Did someone on orange die? Or did they just leave the server? I can't remember, guys, I have to admit, but they're sharing healing now, which is kind of showing a degree of trust. Oh, Choco Taco, hello. Right, Choco's done, but we've got a bit of a melee fight going on here. Who's this? Is this Kel? Is this Kel running away? Might be. If I could see your face, that would be really helpful. If Kel's the one who got the kill, that would be my assumption. I think Choco's teammates are very much out for revenge here, and I can't see them giving in all that easily. Butter's taking shots, but I'm quite keen to stay here and watch this Kel fight unfold. But there's Cold and Sam exchanging hits. Okay, maybe I should go to Bacon and Cold. There's a lot more regular shots being exchanged there. But no, my luck, Kel will start dying the second I go. Yeah, here we go. Oh my god, Pie! Oh, Pie. Pie was done by Sim. Kel got rescued by his teammate there for sure. Melee. Lots. Is this a 2v1? What's just happened there? Shot was by Kel. Kel was slain by Wolf. Oh wow. I don't even know what's happened there or who's who, to be honest, or who was fighting who, but I'm going to leave that for now because there's too much else going on to stay focused on one fight, especially this melee fight around a tree. We've got Lake about to die. Oh, he looks very frozen to me, and if he is, this looks like the rest of his team here to avenge. Twinkie dying, Glyph dying. I don't know, guys. I'm really struggling to keep on top of all this. I really wish I had the name tags, but I might as well stop saying that because there's nothing I can do about it. So, sorry, I need to stop yawning. Oh, right. Shy got us on Quill. So this is the fight right now. It's over quite a long distance, so another one of those fights that's going to be more about healing draining rather than anything else. But Lake's dead. Choco's dead and Pied's dead, Shup's dead. So Noah's a solo now from that very strong team of 5. Kekleon and Cole Bacon. Okay, right, here it is. So Bobby and Griffin are a team of 2. Is this them running here? I believe so, yes. So they are under attack from the orange team of 3. I want to put people in spec, but I don't want to, you know, go beyond my jurisdiction and accidentally fuck something up. So I'll leave that for other people to deal with. Right, so Bobby and Kak have got the trees here, but obviously they're a team of 2, so they're inclined to play a little bit more defensive. But wow, the biggest team is 3 now, and Twinkie may be looking at the actual size of the teams left and think that he does physically have a chance of doing something as a solo now, should he play his cards right. And now, having spent the whole game telling him that he should do something moly earlier on, probably his best bet now is to work with his team, because Orange could do something here. What? Right, where are the notable absentees from the meetup? For all the fighting that Swish has done throughout this game, I'd argue that they've been evading meetup only slightly, but that's a good team, honestly. Swish has looked very strong based on like what I've seen from him just during this season alone. Rick I know is a good PvPer. Vernon I think is really quite capable. So if they turn up late and everyone else has drained all each other's healing, then I think they could be in for some good shit. But I'm going to TP to purple for now. Mostly full diamond players left, or majority diamond, I think it's fair to say. Yeah. So we've got another team of 3 coming in here. Ember, okay, right. So green team finally in on the action. Oh, nice village fight. Okay, I quite like village fights. Using houses as cover rather than like boring cobblestone walls. It makes for a little bit more of an atmosphere. But is this 3 teams fighting? It's really hard. It's really hard to tell. I've not sussed out the teams entirely yet. But Gus gets shot up on Mav, Butter and Cold. Butter. Okay, so Butter, Quill and Mav are a team, right? Okay. Are they on the run now, this team, or are they standing their ground? No, they're doing all right. Butter's taken a couple hits, but he's doing all right. What's his healing situation like? Okay, Butter's got 7 golden apples. He is more than fine indeed. But he is taking a lot of hits. But Butter's maybe not the strongest player. Oh, Bobby and Swish, wow, okay, a lot of rodding going on here, not my type of PvP, but is this Bobby dead? Yeah. Okay, another nice kill for Vernon there, did so on good health after quite a close fight earlier with Sire, so I think he'll be happy to pull off that kill a little bit more convincingly. But we've got Butter finally landing a shot after taking a bit of a pummeling in recent minutes. 12% damage on Gus. Gus doesn't seem to have the best armor, I wouldn't think. Oh wow, oh, Gus down to 50, 3 shots in a row from my Pathfinder boys are going in on Shy Gus right now, and another 1% to whatever damage that was. I cannot be sure. Maybe Cactus. That was Cactus damage at the start of the game. Right, Cole Bacon getting hits from a position of weakness. 49%. Is he dead out of healing? Yes, he's got 1 gold, but you cannot heal with 1 gold unless you make health pots and you don't turn on the golden block melon crafting recipe thingy-mabob. But I think that's pretty much a staple of UHC these days. Twinkie's on 62. Is he also healing this? Ah, see. Twinkie, I really think, has missed a boat from a mole point of view, and I don't know how interesting the mole aspect of this season has been. Most of the good stuff seemed to happen early on. Shy Gus is very low now, 35%, and appears to be actively involved in a lot of these fights. Does anyone know where he is? He's also out of healing, I imagine, yeah. Oh, who's this coming up behind him? Twinkie. Twinkie is here to finish it off, although I can't say his health is all... Oh, they're a team. I'm sorry guys, the name tags. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep making all the excuses, but I'm struggling with this. Right, who should we TP to? Right, so Noah's just taken a shot. Noah is now our designated solo, having had Sire as our solo for most of the game. But oh, he is if they're gonna want to find anyone, it's gonna be Noah, because that's a fight they can take. And if they can kill him before he eats his one gap, then that's also. Are these three a team here? I think this is the full team. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's the purple team. Oh wow! Oh, Twinkie, about fucking time, mate. There we go, and he is now actually higher than Cold. So not for much longer. Cold having the high ground there didn't really work in his favour, but at least he did something moly. Well done, Twinkie. It was a nice kill on Gus there. Is this fight gonna continue? Is he gonna be able to? Oh, who's he getting backstabbed by? Who's this? Is this Swish or Butter? I think that's Butter, isn't it? But he's being forced down the hill. Bad news for Cold. Bad news for Cold indeed. Is Twinkie going to try and capitalise on that? Potentially, but yeah, this is the place to fight right now, this hill. I mean, it was a yellow team's camping hill for quite some time, and from being dead honest, it looks like it still is. But Bacon's down to a not very respectable 48 now. No healing left on this team's part. No, it doesn't look like it. I was thinking that maybe on the basis of moles, maybe people were hogging healing from their slightly lower on health teammates, but it doesn't seem like that's actually happened. Right, Sin, what's going on? You're on 48 and fighting Swish Duck. Twinkie and Cold are still having their moly fight. I really don't know who to focus on. I might have to go. I'm going to TP quick to Cold and then slash back if nothing's really happening. Nah, nothing really happening there. I'm going to slash back that because is this Sin over here running away? Yeah, it is. So we've got blue team very much on the retreat, looking, although they did look quite strong at one point. Here we go. Hey, it's a kill by Swish, but as the case has been a lot this game, it's followed by another cleanup, then another cleanup. Oh wow, a lot of back-to-back kills there by the blue and the. Is Sin still alive? Sin's still doing the business. Here we go. Okay, right, Sin's gone. The blue team are down. They take Swish Duck with them, leaving Rick and Vernon, the Dutch duo, to battle it out with the very, very low solos on the orange team. Twinkie's gone. Right, there goes. So Twinkie's gone. A bit of a one-shot. Sorry that I couldn't get there in time. And Cold, it looks very, very fucked himself. Is this Cold here? Cold. Oh my god, Quill. Quill. Oh dear, Quill. That was close. So, who does that leave? So we've got Rick and Vernon, Griffin, and the yellow team of 3. And that's it. Moles are all done. We can count this as no longer being a moles game. Although that was pretty much the case the second Twinkie and Cold stopped being a team. So these guys are here. They're quite far out. Come on, 300 block. Is Kekleon alive? Yeah, Kekleon. What are you doing? What is the point? Like why? Come on. Okay, right. He's not very fun to watch, Griffin, to be honest. Maybe I'll have a bit more luck with the other teams. There's a lot of people in SPEC mode now. I wish I couldn't see any of them. Not gonna lie, but it's not a lot to say right now. I think who's going to be favourites? I think maybe on skill, I'd be backing the Dutch team of 2, the Greens, but I don't know what they look like healing-wise. They're still so far out. Come on. Right, come on. Someone's got to start doing something. This is ridiculous. Did those guys get kicked? Does Kekleon have no shave? Just sitting in the fucking forest shifting for the whole meal. That's quite funny, not gonna lie. Has he just stumbled across gear as well? It's quite funny. Okay. So we're down to these 3 teams. It's a 3v2v1. It's fairly classic. You've seen this kind of meet-up situation before. Everyone's health is respectable. Butter's the lowest. Everyone's like at least in the 90s with Griffin sat on the maximum health. 1 on 99, 1 on 98, a couple of 93s and a 90. So healing is another matter. But this yellow team of 3 have got a lot of healing. They have got a lot of everyone's got healing. Everyone is full health with a lot of healing. So no one's really drained themselves. Right, I don't want this season to be ruined by people just like not doing stuff at the end. So come on. Are these guys coming to 0-0? Yeah. Just trying to think what else I can talk about whilst waiting for something else to happen here. I think this always happens with my perspectives. Like I've got a lot of motivation very early on, but then kind of fizzles out as the hours dwindle on. And I hope the final fight is worth talking about here, but. At least for the first time in this game, I'm not confused about who is who and the players, because there's really not a lot of people left to get confused about, apart from the fact that there's 2 bears left out of 6 people, which is yeah, it's quite funny that, I suppose. Oh, here we go. This is what we need. So, the final fight has begun. Admittedly, Kekleon is still nowhere to be seen as far as I'm aware. But the two teams are finally pitted against each other. So we have Maverick, Quill and Buttergolem versus Ember and Vernon N. We have quite a lot of shots being exchanged quite early on, to be fair. Quite a lot of people hitting, but the percentages are low. With the exception of 1 hit from Vernon and Mav, every single amount of damage has been in single figures like that. 5% from Vernon onto Mav, that is not a lot. Okay, a little bit more from the last two shots there. But right, is everyone involved in this full diamond? Okay, so there's no gear discrepancies whatsoever, and everyone has a lot of health. It's a flat ground. We're in a desert, so this is literally just a game of skill and tactics, because no one can blame gear for any of this. Right. Okay, so Griffin is now like kind of here, but still just, you know, not really doing anything. Right, that's not... Luckily, I'm spectator, but I'm not organizer, so the politics are none of my concern. Not for me to get involved in. Although, wow, Kekleon has actually hit a shot. Looks like he's actually getting involved in the action now, which is not something I expected until these teams were well and truly drained. But yeah, this is it. This is the final fight. Everyone is at least within this sort of like 150 block desert radius. How's the healing doing? It's based on the fact that the shots weren't doing much damage. I imagine everyone's still looking fairly good for healing. Like, let's try Mav here. Yeah, 3 gaps, 3 ender pearls, I suppose. They could come in key at some point. Vernon takes a bit of damage. Rick and Vernon seem to be more on the receiving end of the damage right now, but this hill that they've taken will certainly flip this fight on its head. Maybe not what you wanted to see, but I suppose they are a team of 2. Are they okay? Right. So the team of 3 are now turning their attention to Kekleon, which I think is probably in their best interest because he's going to be a nuisance more than anything. Like in a 3v1 situation, despite the 9 gapples, they should still be able to do some damage, and I don't think would be capable of completing a complete 3v1. However, if he lets the other 2 teams drain each other, then that's when shit starts to get interesting. But the problem with any like 3 team or like 3 person meetup is that if 2 fight, it becomes quite easy for the other person to clean. So other people don't tend to want to get involved. But in their defense, Rick and Vernon are advancing on the other team right now, leaving the others very much in the middle. What is he doing? BRB. Okay, right. I'm bored of him. I'm watching these guys fight. They seem to have been a little bit more active. Right. The Dutch are getting some shots away, although Vernon does take 1 and then a little bit of full damage just to put a bit of salt in the wound for him there. But the damage is not really significant on everyone's part. I suppose Vernon's down to 67 now. That came 50. That came quite quick, but this is the first time in this fight I've actually seen anyone look, really low on health or taking any significant damage. But Vernon is really getting pelted. And now Rick's joining in on the action. Wow, this 3v2 is not really working for them. But Quill probably advancing a little bit prematurely there without his team. But Griffin's now behind them again, getting involved. But no doubt he'll make his bed at some point and run away. Still 4 gaps here for Mav. What about the others? Butter sat on 3 gaps and Quill has 3. So still a reasonable amount, but I know Griffin started this fight with 9, so he's only in 1, which I suppose is a testament for how little involved he's been in this fight. But although it was admirable of the Greens to try and get involved in the fight despite their numerical disadvantage, based on the pummeling they've just taken, they're going to want to be a little bit more conservative, because based on what I've just seen, they now have 1 golden apple between the 2 of them. So really not a good haul whatsoever, whereas last time I checked, the yellows looked a little bit more healthy than that. But Mav's taken a couple of shots, so whatever he had left is going to go down by 1. There we go. Down to 3 gaps for Mav now. Are the others still got 3, or have they been taking shots? Yeah, still 3 for Quill. Griffin must be down to 6 or 7 by now. 6, okay. So everyone's kind of draining at a similar rate, dipping in and out of the fights depending on their sort of own personal healing position. So I suppose that's to be expected in this type of meetup. But this could come down pretty close health-wise, I'm not going to lie to you. Griffin still on 6 gapples. He's got sharp 4. If he can isolate 1, he could have some luck in that situation. How are our Dutch friends on the hill getting on? Still trying to stay out of the action. But Vernon gets a nice little nuisance long shot on Butter there. End of episode. I'm going to cut these retrospectively, guys. I think I'd rather keep going for now. Anyone watching at this point knows what the deal is. Yes, there's quite a big audience for this final fight, to be fair. There's a lot of people in spec mode. Obviously, I'm the only one recording, as far as I'm aware. Oh, of course, I just assumed that they'd stop the timer after episode 7, but we did have the incident where Brent did /stop, so that's kind of messed up the episodes, but I'm sure we can cut that out retrospectively. Another bit of damage taken. Unnecessary full damage by Ember. They can't really be affording that at the moment, given their healing situation compared to the other two in this game, Yellow and Griffin. So if they could avoid unnecessary full damage, I'm sure they'd be most grateful. But Vernon getting another shot and taking damage in return. That means, say they've advanced. They certainly have. They are no longer hill campers, that's for sure. And yellow team once again find themselves in the middle of the action. Vernon taking another bit of damage. Then he's taken the last 3 shots. 4 now. Vernon is very susceptible to, once he gets hit, taking a chain of damage, which is really not a good situation to be in, especially considering their health. Like, Vernon now comfortably finds himself as the only person in the game with no healing, whereas like Mav here still sound 3 golden apples. Vernon, oh, here's Butter. Is this what's going on? Where's this? I'm really confused. Here we go. Who's low here? Vernon's on 26. What's Mav on? Mav's on 77. Vernon down to 4%. Oh, this is Rick. Okay. Vernon's on the hill. Is anyone going to get that killer shot? People are getting close-ish. It's possible. But Vernon is well and truly fucked at this point. But Quill is doing his best to finish him off here, but I can imagine Vernon will want to get a couple shots on Quill to finish him off. Yeah, see, that's 1, and he's done 14%. Like, compared to a lot of the shots we've been seeing in this game, that is like actual considerable damage. But he does still have 2 golden apples, so I'm sure he's not. I'm sure he's not all too worried. There we go. Vernon is down. He got a couple of hits on Butter. I assume that was just little bow spam shots based on the 3% damage, but Quill has finally finished him off. So it's a 3v1v1 now. What is Griffin's healing situation? He's down to 5 now, which is less than 9 he started with, but he gets 1 shot off, but considering they're all stood still, he might have hoped to get a couple more hits off there, but I think on balance, it's going to be a matter of time for yellow now, unless Griffin and Rick are very good at working together. Which, I mean, Rick's got 2 ender pearls, so he's in a very good position to capitalise from any damage, any significant damage that Griffin does to this team. But there's no real reason for them to be camping on the hill, considering them current numerical and health advantage compared to the other lot. The Super Bowl starts in 23 minutes. I would rather not miss. I'd rather not miss the start of that, if truth be told. Another 12% of damage done to Griffin there by Mav. It's a nice little hit. Is this Griffin here now down to 4 gaffles? I think I see. It's not a lot when you think he's not really got involved in much of the meetup and had 9 at the start. To be down to, I believe that's now 3, isn't it? What's what they talk about Ember prayer circle? Has he got a bit of an entourage? I think it's in the yellow team's interest just to try and really target one of these players one at a time. They don't want to end up in a bit of a yo-yo match, because that's when they're going to get drained of healing and be vulnerable. But if they can just focus all their energy on Griffin here for now and hope that Rick doesn't end up being a nuisance. But Griffin gets a shot off on Butter. It's something, I suppose. But damage for Rick. See, there we go. If they're trying to like split their resources, Butter then goes and takes a bit of damage there. I think that leaves, yeah. See, okay, so Butter's now out of healing, which is very interesting. Quill is also. I don't think Mav is yet, unless he's taken a lot more damage than I think I've seen. If I can actually get it right. So Mav's got 1 gap left. So they've got 1 between the 3 of them. Ember doesn't have any, and Griffin's got 3. So there's 5 golden apples left in this game. 3 for Griffin, 1 for the yellow team combined, and none for Ember. So it's we're not dealing with the, you know, this game's going to go on for ages like I was thinking sort of 10 minutes ago. The teams have drained each other pretty evenly here, but Griffin seems to want to run at this point, which not really the time, mate, is it? Come on. I suppose maybe just trying to grab a vantage point across the thing if you can get shots when they try to cross. There we go. Couple of shots off by the yellows there. It's gonna very much. Here we go. Mav's had enough of this, but oh, Griffin knows what he wants. Oh, Mav's down. Mav is down, but I think Hecleon's gonna die here. Is Rick gonna get the kill? Right, Rick kills Griffin, and it's now Ember versus the 2. GG. So here we go. This could be interesting. There's no healing left involved now, as far as I'm aware, none whatsoever. And I would argue that Rick is a better player than the 2 yellows that have been left. I think Mav was probably their strongest link, so this could. I'm going to follow this from Rick's perspective, I think. I think it's better to watch from behind someone to see the angle of the arrows, but this is really quite exciting. Did Butter heal? I think Butter might have been able to make healing of some sort, but wow. This has been a good meetup, honestly. Like, I know it's long, but like on the whole, it's actually been quite close and interesting. I think, yeah, Quill's gonna go in for it, knowing that if he dies, he's gonna leave Rick on a health that Butter will be able to deal with at least. Yeah, here we go. This is over. This is done. Brilliant. GG. Great season. Pathfinder boys. Fucking love that. Oh, there was a kill board. Amazing. Oh, that's a very good balanced kill board. Anyway, I'm gonna call it the end of my perspective because I've got stuff I need to be getting on with. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Anyone who's either dipped in and out of this perspective or been here for the whole thing. After 6 seasons, it's nice to be back, and I will try and make myself available to do this more often. But this has been Agency Season 15, and I will see you all later.